What's up guys, Reeves Clips here, and we're finally dropping the first ever YouTube video for the channel. It's going to be an MLB The Show 2018 franchise rebuild with the Atlanta Braves. We are already into the second season, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright guys, the first thing you want to do before you start your franchise is ultimately come over here and get your most up-to-date rosters. And what you want to do for that is you're going to click vaults here. There's going to be a roster vault here, and what this is it's just a community upgrade place. Like people can put, if they have created rosters, they can put them all here. So what you want to do is click square to sort them. You want to sort them by downloads and then descending, because what that's going to do is going to give you the most downloaded roster up first, and that's usually going to be the one you're going to use. So it's going to be your OSFM, or your online sports full minors version 1.5. These guys do a great job every year of incorporating the full minor league system. As many of you franchise goers like myself, you enjoy using these rosters. I already have them, so we're not going to download them today. Let's go ahead and go into franchise. Like we said in the intro, we are in the second season here. First season went okay, not too great, not too bad, nothing out of the ordinary. 80 and 85, I think we went. In our division, it was good enough to get us into the like a little tie-break game into the wild card. We unfortunately lost that to the Phillies. And then they unfortunately ended up losing, I think, to the Nationals, who ended up winning the World Series on here. But what we're going to do today is just kind of show you guys an overlook of the roster that we have. Pitchers, we got Michael Fulmer, Sean Newcomb. These guys right here are going to be the focal points of this roster. We want these guys to continue to grow, to continue to run the team. Aaron Blair and Lucas Sims, I think they're going to be good long-term rotation guys, maybe 4 and 5. Ultimately, we have one spot kind of for these guys right now. Soroka is just about ready to take that MLB spot, though, as he just continues to excel in the minors and as he continues to grow overall wise. He's already up to a 75, which is great. Kyle Wright's currently in the MLB. He was at the beginning of the season the highest rated youngster we had, so we threw him in the MLB, and now these guys have passed him. So these guys will probably be getting some MLB time this year. Gohara saw some MLB time a little bit last year. We're having high hopes for him as well. And then a bunch of big potential guys who will probably be in the minors for most of their career. And then when these guys do get injured and stuff like that, we'll be able to bring them up. I think it's very important to have some backup guys in the minors that you can bring up and use should you need them. Taking a look at our relief pitchers, we're pretty decent there, not 100%. But we're still working on it a little bit. We've got Josh Hader, who's going to be a great focal point. Tony Zitch, let me see how many more years we have him for. We have him for a long contract just because we could get him for so cheap. So he'll be here till he's about 34, which is good. And then Hader, we hope to have for a long time. Nate Jones, we picked him up off free agency in the offseason just for some good skill. I believe we only have him we have him a 2-year deal as well. Awesome. Okay. We do have some B potential guys here who I think will end up being good. AJ Mentor, I'm really excited about him in real life, so hopefully these guys will grow into the team. Closing pitchers, we're going to be good for years to come. Arodys Vizcaíno with Ray Larson following directly in his footsteps. Both of these guys are seeing MLB time. Really, Arodys is the only guy getting the kind of the save opportunities, and he's already got 10 this year. And I don't even know if Ray Larson has any. So yeah, Ray Larson's only pitched a few innings. But ultimately, I really enjoy him. He's a left-hand sidearm pitcher, and he does really, really well. Taking a look at the catchers, we signed Robinson at Chirinos in the offseason. We really, really enjoy him as well, as we are only going to use him for this one season. May look to dish him out before the year is over. Just kind of a backup catcher right now. Rob Brantley, decent arm. Really the only reason we have him. I got a couple of B potential. Well, thought we had some more, but I guess we traded them. I think we traded them this year. So we may be looking for a potential catcher this offseason. That's kind of one of the things I'm looking at. First base, we're going to be good for years to come. As you can see, Freddie Freeman, the focal point of this team, the focal bat of this team. Eric Thames, we picked him up in the Josh Hader deal. I was just kind of like, I don't want to give up all these prospects for just Josh Hader. And Eric Thames is a guy who can come in pinch hit. He can DH. He can play pretty well for us. So, as you can see, his numbers aren't too great this year, but he's got decent power stats. So, hopefully, he'll hit a few dingers for us. Tyler Austin, a guy I'm pretty excited about, a potential guy, 27 years of age already. Hopefully, he will excel in a few years. Ozzy Albies, obviously one of the best players on the team right now. He's going to be a 90-something overall probably before this season's out. If not next year, he will be. Third base, obviously, this is where we're very, very excited. Miguel Sano picked him up. Look at the stats, just all-around stats of this guy. Right now, running away with the MVP. In the MVP category, just kind of running away with it right now. Averaging 331 right now, average with 14 dingers, 39 RBIs. He leads in just about every category. And then once we develop him, we can also play Sano, first base, left field, right field as well. So another thing that we can do is throw Vladdy in there as well, who can also play in the outfield. We're hoping Vlad Guerrero Jr. Hopefully he develops really, really well. We've got Culberson as well. He's 30 years old. Probably not going to develop too much more, but you never know. Shortstop, this is a position I'm really, really excited about. Obviously, Dansby Swanson being one of my favorite players on the Braves team. I am a diehard Braves fan, of course. But Adeiny Hedgevarria's nicking over him for the starting position right now. He's just having a good season, man. Off to a great start. Love his fielding, love his arm, love his contact. It's kind of why he's starting right now. We're going to let Dansby develop just a little bit more. Outfield, another exciting prospect, Ronald Acuna. Just made his official MLB debut in real life yesterday for the Atlanta Braves, and then today's game tallied his first career home run. So he's going to be an exciting talent, and I think his contact, he's going to end up being like a Mike Trout sort of player on this game. Center field, Enter Inciarte, obviously, great contact hitter, good fielding, good arm, good speed. We like him a lot. Right field, we got Hunter Renfroe, great power bat against lefties. He's a good guy to throw in there just to get you some home runs, man. He's got a decent arm, not great speed. But all around a good player. Now this is a prospect that kind of jumped out at me last year. We kind of signed him through the draft, right? And I saw his deep potential, and I was like, probably not going to get him. Look at his stats, though. 80 contact against righties. Look at his stealing. Look at his speed. For me, I'm throwing him on the roster late season, postseason action. He needs to be on the roster, man. If you got a right-handed pitcher who's coming up and you need a base hit, if you have a guy on base, you need to pinch run, throw him in there. Let him get some stolen bases, But that's the roster for now. One of the things I really like to hark on is this scouting reports. These are the biggest way to grow your franchise, whether you believe it or not. The way I like to do it, I have 2 scouts for position players, right? So these are 93 position players and 91 position players. These guys have no business really discovering pitchers if you can help it. Obviously, he's discovering a relief pitcher right now. He's got a 67 pitcher rating, so it'll be okay. He'll be fine there. And then here, what you want to do is you want to have one guy who's good at discovery. He's just going to help you discover new players. You know what I mean? Players that ultimately you may have gone that would have flown under the radar if you didn't come by. And then you have a guy who obviously is going to be controlling your pitching aspect. And honestly, this right here is a lot of fun to me. Let's just kind of go through it. We can sort this. We've got some pitchers. This guy right here, obviously, he's going to be a good stat right here. He's going to be a good stat. You can kind of come in here and take a look at it. 65 overall, 85 potential. Or 80 potential. That is not 100% accurate, as you know, but you can take a look at his stamina, all that good stuff. I don't know, I just love it. I love the whole aspect of all of this. You can come in here. Let's see who we got here. Closing pitcher. We don't really need that. This is what we need. So we're ultimately seeing there's 3 really good prospects for catcher. 3 really good prospects, ultimately, because there's 80 potential. And they're 100% accurate. And so these guys, we'll probably hopefully draft 1, 2, maybe all 3 of these guys for all we know. Right now, we're starting to move into the second base. I'm going to be very hesitant on these positions. As you can see, I'm not really scouting them all too hard because I just don't need those positions right now. Right field is a position we're going to be scouting as well. As you can see, there's only a couple. But yeah, so that's scouting. You want to take care of that for sure. But now what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and kind of explain how we run the franchise. Now, I am a Twitch streamer as well. You can follow me on Twitch at Reeves Clips with a Z, the exact same as that blue icon up there in the corner of the video. One thing to note is we play 5 games and then we simulate 10. For the sake of this video, we're going to simulate a few games now, just kind of show you ultimately how the team's going to do, how the franchise is working. So here we go. So let's advance the day now. Okay, that's a double A injury. We're not worried about that. So it's going to be Kyle Wright versus Carlos Martinez. And in Carlos Martinez's career, at one point, it's almost like he was one of the greatest pitchers in the league, and this season seems to really be struggling. So let's see how Kyle Wright can do. Kyle Wright unfortunately gets the loss there. He's a young pitcher, so we're okay with that. We're expecting him to struggle a little bit. And guys, if you do throw your minor league pitchers in there, you got to expect to struggle with them from time to time. So let's advance the day now. Rolando Lopez. Oh, this is that guy who that we signed through the draft last year, and he's supposed to be a 98 potential guy. It's going to be crazy. All right, Sean Newcomb versus Luke Weaver. This is a Cy Young. This is going to be a future battle right here. 100% a future battle. These two guys are going to face off in the next 5 years on this game and be the aces of their ball club. Let's see who wins it here. So it looks like it was kind of like a no decision game for both pitchers. So kind of close game all the way through and through. And it looks like maybe Arodys Vizcaíno may have blown the save late on in the game. It's unfortunate there for us, but that is okay. We're advancing the day here. Drew Hutchinson versus Michael Fulmer. Michael Fulmer should win this game, and he does. Freddie Freeman gets the player of the game with that 2-for-4 home run, 2 RBI day. We'll take that. Arodys Vizcaíno gets his 11th save of the season. Advance the day here. Derek Quintana, the rookie Derek Quintana. He's 2-0, 3 ERA exactly against Aaron Blair. Aaron Blair is one of the favorites for the Cy Young this year. I say Aaron Blair goes 6-0 here. Unfortunately, he gets the no decision. He gets the no decision, so we're okay with that. He's still undefeated. AJ Minter gets us a loss, unfortunately. So we're done with scouting here. So they finished the right fielder guy. So let's kind of go see what he's looking like. So he's actually going to be a good guy. He's going to be a good guy to pick up. So we're gonna scout this other guy. Okay. So this guy may be a guy that we get. We'll take a look at his stats here. That's really all you can look at. 6.6 seconds and 60-yard dash is pretty good. Yeah, I'll simulate a couple more games here for you guys. Lucas Sims moves to 5-1. That's very, very decent. Jake Arrieta versus Kyle Wright. Oh no, Miguel Sano got hurt, bruised hand. He's gonna be out for a few days. We'll just keep him active. Not really worried about that, chat. But ultimately, guys, that's the franchise that we've currently built. Like we said, the goal for this year is to ultimately get to the playoffs. That's really the main goal. Get to the playoffs, and then next year, ultimately, we're gonna try to win the World Series, guys. If you enjoyed If you enjoyed the content of today's video, guys, make sure to smash that sub button. Drop us a follow over on Twitch TV, guys. Reeves Clips with a Z. Come hang out with us. We'd love to have you. Hope you guys have a great day.